our working hypothesis remains that Gaynor is in the river, even though we're exploring other lines, as you'd expect us to keep a very open mind. That's why you've seen quite considerable intensive searches of the river today. Specialist team from Lincolnshire is also assisting us, so we're putting sonar equipment across the river at the moment, which is quite detailed in allowing us to try and target divers to where we think there may be objects, but equally it's very, very challenging. The river is very, very full of water due to all the rain, full of lots of debris. The divers can see about 1 foot in front of them, so it's an extraordinarily challenging environment for them to work in. So it's slow, methodical at the moment, working with the equipment, and it will take probably a couple of days to get to a position where we're kind of content with what we've done. It may even be longer.
What makes you so convinced that she's in the water?
So at the moment we're looking, obviously, like I said, an open mind, so there's a number of lines of inquiry that we are pursuing, but at the moment everything that we know is pointing to a high probability that Gaynor went into the water, and that would be from the CCTV, from the very limited witnesses that we've got available to us at the moment, and other lines of inquiry that we're pursuing about Gaynor's behaviour in the lead up to her disappearance. So at the moment the river is a really key factor for us. Now it's not to say that other specialist police teams aren't working on other lines of inquiry, because they are, but at the moment you're seeing that intensive effort around the searching of the water and the parks around and some of the other land around this area.
I was going to say, we saw some of your search teams today across the road. They'd actually left the park, across the road, and gone to some sort of scrubland, wasteland near some houses. Why have you decided to go over there?
So the specialist search police teams are here, they're Norfolk Constabulary's own teams, and we're just being really, really thorough. So each day we look at what we've undertaken, and then there's certain areas that we would research again depending on what we might have found, and just want to be absolutely sure that we're missing nothing in terms of evidence, not just for Gaynor herself, but any evidence that may have been dropped, lost, whatever. We just need to be sure that we've covered all the ground.
You released some CCTV footage yesterday from Gaynor leaving work. You can see her on CCTV leaving work, and she looks like she's smiling.
Yes.
Then you see her going through various roads in Norwich city centre. Yeah. She looks like she's in a bit of a hurry. What is that CCTV telling you? There's also a half-hour period where you think she went into the cathedral grounds. So what is the CCTV telling you?
At the moment, the CCTV is telling us that she left work and she made her way over a period of time to the river where she was seen. Nobody's seen her go into the river, nobody's seen her into the water, but we know that she ended up in the park. At the moment, there's nothing else that the CCTV is showing us about who she may have spoken to, any interactions she might have had. It is literally the journey that you've seen so far that we put out.
That's release of CCTV. Yeah. Has it yielded any lines that you're following?
No, not at the moment, no.
But she left work early. Do you know the reason for that?
No, we don't, no. I mean, some of this behaviour is out of character. We can't explain some of her behaviour that day, and we're working really closely with the family, with friends, with anybody else that we know that may have had contact with her in recent days and weeks to try and understand why this may have happened.
And what have her family and friends said about her?
I think we're supporting the friends and family as close as we can. I think people are very shocked by what's happened. Nobody knows why she's done what she's done, and we will just have to work and see if we can find it out.
Some parallels are being drawn to the tragic case of Nicola Bulley up in Lancashire. Are there any lessons that have been learned from that case that you're now applying to this investigation here in Norfolk?
I think so. So in the case of Lancashire, of course, we'll always learn from jobs that have happened before. In terms of Lancashire, we've reached out to them, to one of the investigators that worked on that case, found out anything that we can learn, and we will apply it. But at the moment, I'm not concerned. I think we're doing everything we can to progress this inquiry.
And are you in contact with the force up there who led the investigation into Nicola Bulley's disappearance?
Yes, we are.
Are they helping you?
Yes, they are helping us, and actually when that case was concluded, the College of Policing along with the National Crime Agencies have to do an awful lot of work to then look at what can be learned, what can be applied, and it may be in terms of search tactics, it may be in terms of even how the police interact and deal with asking the public for help, and all of that we then reapply in our own inquiries.
And finally from me, this is still a missing persons inquiry.
It remains a missing person inquiry, yes.
What is your message to anybody, somebody who might have any information about where Gaynor is?
Well, we've had 30 members of the public come forward so far as a result of all the work and press that we put out. I would just encourage anybody who's seen anything, however insignificant it may be, to call into the police and tell us what you know, because every piece of information will help.